Cheetos are my kryptonite. You know, in fact, we should do a cooking with styles.
I've got a
Cheetos.
great recipe when you crunch them up, man. They really, I mean, everything in moderation, Steve, right?
In moderation.
Yeah, she just had a small bag, right? It wasn't the big, huge bag.
Because I would have eaten the whole bag if it was me.
Yeah, well, there you go. If you're in front of a football game, which, like, there was an earlier one today that was pretty darn good, and we'll have that for you in just a bit here. 67 the high. It's right where we're supposed to be, but boy, it was chilly last night. 42 degrees. That's 9 degrees below our average, and we are below average on the rainfall total at this point. And I have to say, looking at the big crystal ball that I've got, things don't look good, at least for the next 10 to 14 days as far as any major storms coming towards us here in Southern California. Highs today were very nice. Once the sun started to come up over the horizon, temperatures warmed quickly. We're in the mid-70s in places like Valley Center, Escondido, 72 in El Cajon. It was 70 in Miramar along the coastline, as you saw, exactly where we were supposed to be, 67 downtown, 66 for Del Mar and Carlsbad. In the mountains, their temperatures came up because the reverse in the atmosphere, the high pressure bringing the colder air to the surface, things warmed up because that high pressure shifted a little bit along with the low moving out of the region. It got up to 76 out in Borrego today. Currently in downtown San Diego, as we saw, 59 degrees, west-northwest of those winds at 6, and the humidity starting to rise as the onshore flow is making its way towards Southern California. Man, it is cold over the Northeast from, say, Minneapolis all the way to Washington, D.C. We're all below freezing. And look at these temperatures around New York, 24, 19 in Boston, 26 in Philadelphia. You come out west over the Great Basin, 35 in Salt Lake City, 39 in Denver. Dallas looking nice at 65 and at 71 in Phoenix, 55 in San Francisco. So here's that nor'easter that is pulling on out, behind it clearing skies, and their temperatures are really going to plummet. As we take you across the west, jet stream going up and over the high pressure, digging down into the plain states, and then we've got another high pressure starting to bubble up in the eastern central Pacific. Let's put this map into motion for you and show you how things shift. The low and the high pressure moves out. Here's that inside slider, the low coming down on the backside of this high. And as it does, it slides into the Four Corners region and eventually into the panhandle of Texas. Then our high pressure builds back in yet again, and we start to see a weak offshore flow, mostly over the foothills. And you'll notice this high pressure isn't big and dominating, so we're not going to see some really warm temperatures. In fact, it'll be a little below average, as we'll call this a cool Santa Ana. 63 tomorrow, 62. Then we get slightly warmer because we're getting the radiational heating of the sun, but those temperatures will stay below average until we get to Friday, both along the coast and the inland microclimates. Once we get into the weekend, we go above average, 1 or 2 degrees. We're not talking dramatic here. And for you folks in the mountains, it's going to be chilly, especially on the overnight lows starting Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We stay in the low to mid 30s, and out in the desert, your daytime highs, although it's sunny, low 60s in the deserts. That's kind of chilly for those folks out there.